Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Human Colony. This is the Human Colony Hucolo webinar. It's Saturday, the 10th of February, 2024. I'm your host, Krishna Priya, and we have with us our very beautiful, special, wonderful guest, Jim Charles.
Hi, everyone, and welcome.
And there's my YouTube. There we go. So how are you, Jim?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm back in India, so I'm excited about being here, jet lagged and trying to hold on, just not fall over. Yeah, it'll take a couple days, but that's all right.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have quite some people in our room. We have 18 in the room at the moment. We have Angie, Jim, of course, Susan, Bola, Christine, Dawn, Yana, Jennifer, Joan, Mary, Michael, Michelle, Neer, who we don't usually ever get, so that's excited. Radha, Salesh, Wendy, Jennifer, and I'm sure some more people will come in. Yeah.
Yes.
Who do you have over there?
I have Sharon, Lisa, Blair, James, and Donna.
Yay. Well, welcome everybody, and welcome to everyone in the YouTube. We will start with some announcements, do some blessings, and then go to requests. Angie?
Thanks. Good morning, everybody. We have our Hucolo gathering scheduled for August 8th through August 12th, 2024. It is in Canandaigua on Canandaigua Lake, Oneida Park. $6.95 a person. It's about oneness, gathering, bringing together, coming. It's so exciting to know that we are going to be bringing people that we have not seen, as well as people coming back that have been to many of our gatherings before. So we're very, very excited about this. It is $6.95 a person, and it's all inclusive. And if you're interested, classes at hucolo.org. We
Oh,
have our,
oh,
I'm just, and then I'll go back to you. We have our Galactic Energy Healing class scheduled for next Sunday. It's the student course. It is $150. It's noon to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is the level 1 of Galactic Energy Healing. And again, if you're interested, classes at hucolo.org. Jim, I know you want to talk a little bit about, we're very excited about the news that you're going to share right now.
yes. Rob Gauthier has secured a place in the gathering, so he will be there, as well as Karen Newman. So we have some special guests coming to the gathering, and it's going to be a wonderful time, and we'll see who else shows up.
Okay, perfect. That's exciting. It's so exciting, right?
It really is.
It's
I'm
very
very excited
exciting.
about this.
And we keep talking about it like every week, so it's just...
Or I should say Krishna Priya is coming, not
Yes.
That's
Karen.
right. That's what she'll... they might both be there. Who knows?
That's right.
Well, I've always known you as Karen Newman, but you
That's
are
true.
Krishna Priya. Yes,
My mother just looks at me and she says, you are who you are to me, so that's fine.
yes. All
No
right.
problem. Okay. Angie, we'll start with some blessings from you, and then we'll do Angie. What is my order? Angie, Susan, Yana, and
One more.
we're forgetting.
Michelle.
Michelle.
Okay.
No,
Yes.
I think I had Michelle at the very beginning earlier, but now Michelle, you're gonna close in the end. If that's okay. And Lily Pad just arrived. Hi, Lily. Okay. In the order I said, which I can't remember even anymore.
Already you can. Jet lag.
I'm doing like 10 things at once over here. Okay.
Du uto sotukura atochka. Mo otoro sotuku utishishi a wa umduko ara. Iti a kotu orosuku u chichka a o noma a itike. Tu urat a chiko o no no o. Blessings.
Let there be light, that the darkness might be pushed back. You are to walk in light. You are to understand what the light means to you and be happy and joyful in the light. It is part of who you are and what you will be. It is growing and becoming more substantial within your being. You are becoming a greater entity.
Beautiful. Hea sia kia tuia, he te ia kia, tokuta ia hia sia. Hea te ia kotoa ia si ka ia tia totoa si kia ia kua. Hea sia, he te ia ko te ia te hia te ia tokutia ia si ka ia titua, ia te tia ia kua. Hea sia, ia te ia oto ia tia he tia sukotoia. Blessings.
As it's been said many times, there are many here praying for your world. There are many here sending blessings to your world and energies that are positive and beautiful. We hope that you will come out of your turmoil and become part of what is called the peace and love of God. We know that you are able to do so, and we are yearning for the day that you are free.
Hello, everyone. Tersta ko ono e kai te testa te orto tu ukana te opata hene kata te esto ko ort ono e kata tane te ke orto tu ort oi te kata tana ka a te ust ina kata ko ort handa te kata ne te ist ha und oi aka anta ne ke eto ot o aka tanta ya tasta kana pert honto ja ko ost oi te ko unto ost unto te tata naite patortu no kuataye. Thank you.
Reach out one to another and share your happiness with everyone. Also, share your griefs and sorrows as well, for someone will be able to help you through it in a faster time than you may be able to do it on your own. This is a time when everything should be cleared. All that is within you that is negative should be brought forth. All that is not necessary for your growth should be let go. Please be aware that helping each other is the way that it should be, for the light extends one to another throughout the entire universe. And we are happy to say that many of you are sharing your light one with another. Continue the fellowship that is necessary for you to strengthen yourself and others.
This one's from Father God. Antoro kodia darado, ohia, nyarakoto oriata, ohoia, kia nyarakodoro ho, ia turi kia nyaraka. Tio gori dia dorodo, to nyaraka, toro horia, tia kara.
Come together, my peoples. We are able to know and love one another. I am lifting you up so that you may become greater than you are now, that you will be able to commune with me at some point in the future, that you will be able to be part of a greater plan, a greater understanding, and my will. My will be done. I will choose those that are worthy, and I will choose those that are obeying me. So please understand, this is a time of great understanding one with another. We will get rid of the turmoil together. Hello?
I'm muted, sorry. There, okay. All right, thank you for that. All right, let me list the requests before we get started and we'll get going here. And if anyone who has a request hasn't said it to me, please type it in the chat. So by the time I get to the bottom, it'll be there. Okay, Archangel Uriel, Elizabeth, Grindel, Eric from Channeling Eric, Sylvia Brown, Elil or Yahweh, Gaia, let's see. Don requested someone telepathically. He said if she's ready, they'll come. I'm the guardian or the master of the grid, Leton or Leton, as we said. Athena. And the Seraphim or Archangel Raphael. And the Galactic 3.
Well, we've never heard of that one.
Okay.
The Galactic 3, who requested that?
That's Wendy.
Wendy,
who
who
is
are
it?
the Galactic Three?
It's an entity. He calls himself three.
Okay. Okay.
He's galactic. Thank
He's
you.
galactic, calls himself three. Great explanation.
Instead of Grindel, it's three.
Did I say Grindel? Because Grindel was requested. Did I say that?
No.
You did not.
Oh, you did?
Okay,
Okay.
Grindel. Yeah,
There you go,
Grindel's
our
requested.
telepathic connection.
Grindel, Elijah, and I think, did I request Elijah?
I don't know.
Okay,
I was just listening to they're just going into my head and probably going right out. So,
should I
but
read them again or not?
you know, you can read them again, yes, for everybody's sake.
Just so I know I got everybody. Okay. Archangel Uriel, Elizabeth Grindel, Eric, Sylvia Brown, Anil Yahweh, Gaia, a Gridmaster Laton, and Athena, Elijah, and I forget Archangel Uriel was the first one
Right.
that yeah, and then Seraphim or Archangel Raphael.
All right. And the three
and
Galactic Three.
the Galactic Three, and then Lilypad is saying someone from the Milky Way.
Okay, we are in the Milky Way, so there's a lot of people in this galaxy, but yes, I can probably bring several people from the Milky Way.
Okay,
So-
great. All right, whenever you're ready, we're ready. Let me put
Okay,
you
very
on,
good.
put you on spotlight here.
Okay.
Okay, you're good to go. Ange, can you watch the YouTube?
Yes.
All right,
Okay, great.
everybody, thank you for being here. Much love to you, and have a wonderful session.
Okay. Oh, just one quick thing. They requested in the YouTube Archangel Samuel, the Mermaid Collective, Jesus.
Okay.
There's ones there. Okay.
Wow, a lot of requests today.
Full room.
Greetings, I am Elijah. We are in an age, my children, of many dreams and visions. There are many things coming to your mind that have spiritual meaning. They have meaning for your lives in many ways. If you do not understand these visions and dreams, find someone who can help you to understand them. They may be more important than you think, especially if they are very clear, if they are a very crisp dreams and you feel like you are actually living in this dream, then you must find out what it means to your life and to maybe other people's lives as well. It is a time when direction is being given from outside your realm. It is a time when direction is being given in many different spiritual ways. Speaking in tongues, interpretations. Also, there is those that are reading the lights in the sky. There are those that are reading the stars. But remember, unless they are an expert at doing so, they can be easily misled. But it is a time of great messages from beyond. I am speaking to God about many things, and He is saying that it is not only just the faithful that are getting the messages, but the faithless are starting to see things as well. Because they need to understand that there's more to their lives than the mundane. And so, therefore, he will reach out and give to as many as he can the information of the future. Not only information of the future, but what is necessary to be done, and how to clear up the problems in this realm, and how to clear up the problems within each individual. Life is short on this planet, but it's so meaningful and so powerful. This realm is necessary for continuation. He does not want anyone from this realm to go off the beaten path of God, but he knows that there are many different efforts from negativity to pull you aside, to bring you into a false understanding. Be aware of these false understandings. They will bring fear, they will bring things to you that are not necessary, and information that may cause anxiety or a great deal of negativity. So if you are listening to anything of that nature, please be careful. There are some times when God does speak in a negative voice because he is bringing to life some of the information that he needs to get through. But he does not lead you astray in the sense that he will give you an idea that pushes you to a different place, or education that would mislead you or take your mind off of him. These kinds of things must be challenged. These kinds of things must be averted. So please do so. It is my understanding from what he is saying now that he is with each and every one of you, and the many that are here will be part of his world, his new world, which is coming soon. I do not know when, but he has promised this for eons and through prophecy and through his word. I am Seraphim Jacual. Greetings.
Welcome.
Well, yes, thank you. As protector of the universe, or one of the protectors of the universe, we, the Seraphim, see that there are many coming in from outside, and that they are trying to cause problems with this universe. In fact, there may be an inter-universal war, but we do not want that. It is time for everyone in this universe and in your world to understand what is going on truly. The big picture is hard to see. You get sights and sounds from the places from all over the world, but many of the things that are happening are not reported to you. And so you do not know that there is many things going on in many places. But just pray and understand that the prayers can help with these situations. They can help with taking care of some of the problems. Many of you are involved in doing just that, and I thank you. Are there any questions?
I am the one that requested you, but I'm not sure Krishna Priya is not on. Oh,
Very well.
I'm here, but Susan,
There-
he asked if anyone had any questions, and Susan had a question. So,
yes,
but
I
go,
requested the Seraphim, but okay, either way, thank you. Let me
No,
know.
I mean,
no, you go first, and then we'll go to Susan.
yes.
Oh,
Thank
okay, no worries, either way. Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, so I have been experiencing that universal energy, and it's just slightly in me right now, but it shakes my whole body. And I've recognized that on occasion with a Kundalini type of energy moving as well, I'm trying to understand when the physical energies are coming through with that strength. There are sometimes is what seems to be a lower frequency energy attached to that. And can you give me any insights on that and others
Yeah.
as well?
The universe is a very big place, and there are positive and negative forces running through it, of course. And so when you bring in a universal energy, there is no doubt that you will receive some negativity with that. Pray that you only bring in the positive, but there are many forces out there that are looking for a chance to become part of this realm or be invited in. So do not let them in. With the negativity portion of that which you bring in, send it away and only bring in the portions that are needed for your understanding and growth.
Okay, thank you. Yes, the last one seems to be very small, and I was having a conversation like, what are you doing here?
Of course, you recognize the difference between the negativity and the positivity. And so therefore you will be able to dismiss that which is not positive.
Yes, yes, that seemed to be the case.
Yes.
Is there any further guidance that you have for those of us doing this work, this type of work, with working with energy and grids?
I do. There are many things that you can do with the grids. The grids need completely cleared. There are still grids that are not cleared in remote areas of your planet. However, we can clear them with your help. There are times when those grids will be used in the future. They have not been used for a very long time. But the major grids between the stargates have been cleared and are being worked on continually. The remote grids that do not have large civilizations connecting them, meaning they're a grid onto themselves with a lot of vortexes. These are more northern and more southern. And so it is that they do not get used as much, but they still need to be cleared in order for all things to work properly.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Blessings.
Yes.
Okay,
Is there a
Susan had a question. Oh, did you have a question in the room?
Is there a question?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do the question in the room and then we'll come back to Susan.
Can I say my question?
Come over here by the microphone, for they will not be able to hear it on the other side.
I have been recently, maybe for a year, working with grids on the coast of the Ligurian Sea. And I'm interested in having more information about those grids, about how I can help them.
Very well. The Ligurian grids have been open. However, they need to stay open. They're one of the great areas that get attacked by negativity a lot because there's a lot in that area that is needed for when the grids will be used again. This area connects many different levels of stargates and megalithic cities or civilizations. And so as this area is being cleared, those areas are also being studied better and noted because they are drawing attention to themselves in many ways. It is that that area is uh, uh, difficult. It's an area where there's a lot of confusion and a lot of war and a lot of interaction of a negative sort, but it is something that is being dealt with. There are many working on it. Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Susan has a question. Go ahead, Susan.
Yes.
Hello, Jacual? Is that-
Jacual. Yes.
Jacual. So a long time ago, I was told I was a seraphim, but also back in it's either 2020 or 2021, I was told that my direct emanation of my I am presence, who also referred to herself as my higher self, is a star-seated angelic presence, and she holds like platinum ray and like golden Christed consciousness energy. And the clairvoyant channeler that channeled her initially said she was like a huge presence and had like a kind of a golden crown and golden scepter that had fourth dimensional gemstones in it, and I was supposed to project the energy of those gemstones into my artwork to illuminate my artwork. And I'm just wondering if you can, I guess, provide any additional information, or I was told she's above the archangels, this star-seated angelic presence. And so I'm trying to figure out if she is like an angel from, yeah, another galaxy, another universe, or something of that nature, or a little more about, and this huge presence that's my higher self. But
The seraphim are the first created. So we are higher than the archangels by quite a bit.
okay.
There are many that are below and above the archangels. And so this presence, this being, is a seraphim to some extent. I cannot explain to you exactly what she is, because she is a power that is onto her own thing. She is not a seraphim necessarily, but she would be considered as high as one.
Okay. And then another question, I recently came across information about Seraphiel, 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 who is the protector of Metatron and is kind of the chief of the Seraphims. And I have an aspect of Metatron. So I'm just wondering, like, if I have a connection to him, to Seraphiel
His name is Seraphiel.
or Seraphiel. Okay.
Yes, you have a connection to Seraphiel and to the seraphim through many different connections from the past and present. He is a protector of Metatron, and he works with Metatron consistently. They work together and are good allies.
Okay. Yeah, it was real interesting that he came across my awareness, so I felt a connection, some sort of connection to him. So, yeah, thank you. I think that's all I have, and thank you
Very
for
good.
coming. Unless you have anything else in general to share, but thank you for being present today. Much love.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lily Pad has a question. Go ahead, Lily Pad.
Hello, thank you. Well, yes. So how do we pick up how human pick up their before they born the angels or archangel, or who makes that decision? Is there a kind of council or an
To
agreement?
choose what humans they are to be part of?
How do we pick up our angels or archangels before we
Yes,
come to Earth?
first of all angels and archangels will work with any individual. They will work with anyone, but there are certain people that the archangels do hold above others because they see more hope in bringing unity to the world through them. Your archangels are Raphael and Gabriel, I believe. They are two of the greater archangels. There's many archangels working with the people in this group and in this room. And so it is that many archangels are aware of all of who you are. It does not matter. They choose you. You do not choose them. They choose you. But when you pray and understand, you will see that name will come to your understanding, to your mind, to your thought process. Many of you say, oh, Gabriel's here, or Uriel's here, or Raphael is here. So it is that you will pick up on who is around you. Many of you are sensitive to these kinds of spiritual encounters, and so it is that way.
And I have last question. So who was is it Nephilims related to, is that true that they mix with the human? And I was wondering if that is that the negative blood type, if they really mix together, mate?
What is the name of the group?
The Nephilims? Who are the Nephilims?
Oh, they are those that were fallen angels and actually mated with humans and had children that were not human. They actually still exist. They were considered very negative and wiped out by the flood. And by not by God, because God does not want that kind of activity. He was given the blame for it, but it was actually Enlil who did that, who was a different, very devious kind of person that worked in DNA alterations, and he is the one that caused the flood to kill the species that he created in many ways.
Were they really that bad, these species, new species? Or it was...
Yes, they were bad.
Okay.
The
Thank you.
Nephilim.
I mean, the children's.
The children were the Nephilim.
All right, thank you.
They actually migrated to the north and were seen as the shiny ones at the beginning of the Stonehenge era when the Druids were there, but they soon vanished. But they had also taught the Druids how to create many things and were responsible for also migrating to the northern coast of the United States at some point. You will find references to Druids there.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm looking to see if there's any questions. Okay, Joan has Radha has a question. Go ahead, Radha. No, yeah, Radha, go ahead.
Thank you. Hello, thank you for being here.
Yes.
So earlier, it was suggested that we should be cautious as we bring various types of universal energies onto this plane.
Yes.
I was wondering, does that also apply to the love of creation energy?
No. Love of creation energy is very specific. Universal energy is very general. You must understand that when you're using specifics, such as creator energy, that is only positive.
I see. That's wonderful news. Is there anything else you can tell us about this energy, love of creation?
The love of creation energy is the energy that continues to create throughout many universes. God does not stop working. He continues to work. This is his great love, is to create and to manifest and do all these things that he does. He has created many different beings to protect his realms, to service his realms, to be within his realms. And so he can continue to do what he needs to do, and he trusts those that he has put in charge of many things. The creator understanding is not just God, but he has created creator beings. He has created angelic beings. He has created many different spiritual beings that will protect, guide, and push forward with humanity's progress. He has created the guardians and the grid watchers and all those things. It is that God wants everything to be protected. God needs his worlds to be kept in line. And so as that is happening, that is part of his creative realm.
So do you have any guidance for me in the use of this energy?
The use of this energy is not difficult. You just have to believe in it and know that it is true, because the creative energy of the universe is like magic. It can manifest, it can bring forth, it can allow. So pray for it to allow, pray for it to manifest in the places you need. It will understand your true nature and your true needs. And so understanding your true nature and true needs will bring you all that you are going to have in your life.
Yes, my understanding is it is an intelligent energy.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much. This helps me tremendously.
Good.
Bless-
I know there is more questions.
Yes, Joan has a question. She says, I have a dream of Slava. They told me to connect, or do they have a message? Who are they?
Slava is a member of Human Colony. Do you know
Yes,
that?
that's right.
Is that what the Slava you are dreaming of?
Is it a person, Joan, or because Slava is a very important part of Human Colony? He does the websites and all kinds of stuff. And he actually has a question this week that I need to read and probably should read with you, Elijah.
You must be contacted by Slava because you have information about his children in the universe. He is very interested in his children, his galactic children.
Yeah, and it's interesting because he never really writes to me, and then he wrote to me and asked me to ask some questions this week. So
It is-
and Jim and I were just talking about him just right before the
It's very synchronistic that you should have dreamt about him.
yeah.
What
For
did
sure.
you dream?
I'll give her a chance to type it up because I'm reading her questions for her.
Okay,
Oh,
okay, I'm here now. Well, I dream about they told me to connect with this lava. It's like a entity, like I can't I don't know how they they told me just to connect, and I said, why do I have to connect? And then they spelled it for me, so that's why I said SLABA. Then so I said, is that right, Slava? So I just remember that, and I don't know, do I have to do they
Slava
have a
has many
message?
beings. Yes, Slava has many beings around him. And the message for you from those beings is that you are well loved by those around you. Please remain the humble, beautiful person that you are, and do not be caught up in too many other things, but stay basic and beautiful. You are one of the great beings that are loving in this realm.
Oh wow. Well, thank you. That's all.
I'll send you in private message his email address, and you can send him a message.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. I think now's a good time to ask the questions Slava sent in. That would probably be the best thing.
Very well.
Would that be a good question for you?
It would be, yes.
Okay. Slava says, I would like to ask if I have Eli, Shunda, Isendi hybrid children. I think I said the name wrong.
Eliashandai Zendi.
Thank you. He wants to know. And also, does he have an earthly human name, and is it a boy? Hope he's okay. I know there are other reptilian children in human colonies, but how is he adapted there or in another place. Thanks so much.
Yes, Elias Zendi is a reptilian species that are friendly. And yes, he does have a reptilian hybrid child named Alexi. That is his human name.
Okay. And then lastly, he wants to know and he wants to know how he's adapted. How is he doing?
He is adapted very well. He is a great, interesting individual. He does have a great deal of anger within him because of many different things that are not connected to Slava directly. But he is very intelligent, very brave, very opinionated. He is a great person and will be a good leader for the Elias Shandai Zendi.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, and then he wants to know how many children do I actually have?
Oh, that is a good question. You have many. I would say at least 15.
Okay. Great. All right, those were his questions. Let me just see. Oh, Neer has a question. Go ahead, Neer.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for coming.
Good, thank you.
I have a quick question. You said something previously. There's so much confusion and suffering on this world coming from religious confusion.
Yes.
And it's one of my greatest passions to sort of try to sort through things and understand what exactly is the truth of all these things, because I think it will liberate people from a lot of mind jails that are related to religious dogma that doesn't really belong.
Yes.
So you have alluded. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You have alluded to the flood that was created by a being called Enlil, and I was wondering if he was also, as I understand it, the cause of the flood in the Lemurian times. And yes,
he was Anunnaki.
Yes, he was Anunnaki. He still is, as I understand. But my question is, how does that correlate with the actions in the Bible, in the book of Exodus, for example? Was that also him?
Yes. All of the different scriptures in this world of yours will reflect on the flood. It is the same flood throughout all the scriptures, although it's given greater and different meanings in each of these scriptures. Some say God caused it. Some say others caused it. It was a great catastrophe that did affect the world as they knew it. It did not affect the entire world, but it did affect the world in the places where the scriptures were created. So therefore, yes. And I understand what you're saying about the different religions, how mankind has put his own mark on each one of these spiritual religions. The spirit has a hard time getting through all the dogma, all the intellectualism, all the manipulation that comes from the churches. Still, he gets through somehow to many. But the thing is about religions is they are no longer pure. They no longer hold a pure place to God's heart because people have put rules and regulations on how the behavior should be with mankind. They point back to the 10 Commandments, which were guides, but they put their own rules on them. You can't dance, you can't drink. And they point out several different scriptures that would back them up. But they took these things out of the context of the Bible. They took them out of the truth of what is. Because God does not create anything that is not pure. He has created everything to be in a pure way. So even though the world looks at certain things as being bad or negative, there are certain things that God is not worried about. He is not thinking about, but they've put a bad connotation on it so that the people create more negativity from it. If they think that they are sinning by playing cards or having a glass of wine, then they will bring a negative feeling and guilt throughout their bodies, which is unnecessary. God does not want these things to hold people back. He wants them to see the true light of God. He wants them to see the purity of God. He wants them to see the joy of God. God does not want you to be guilty over drinking a glass of wine or dancing or any of these things. And many times, sexuality. He has created those who are in relationships the way he wanted them. Now, not everyone is made for everyone else, and he understands that. And he understands the way humans act and all these things, but they should be forgiven for their sins if they ask for it. And they should be accepted into the communities if everyone is understanding that God loves everyone. You should love everyone too, and be open armed and inclusive with everyone, no matter what you may feel or believe about them. You must love them in the way that God loves everyone. And that is because God's soul is in everyone. That beam of light that he created every mankind with, every human, every person has this soul within them, except for those that are, there are exceptions, but most of everyone has a soul. And so when you connect and know that soul, then it is that you must accept them as part of your understanding because God created them. Now, those that are soulless, they have chosen to be soulless. And they are not part of your realm in a very human way. You will see them as something different, something irregular, something negative, perhaps. But you will know who is who because you have God within you, and he will define and disseminate and know who is who. But you must love everyone, even though soulless.
Thank you for that.
Okay, thank you. Michelle has a question. Go ahead, Michelle.
Greetings. Thank you for being here. I just read something that Susan sent in the chat, but it says that Uriel is a seraphim. Could you elaborate on that?
Uriel is an archangel, but he is not a seraphim. He has been given greater power than an archangel at times, and so some will confuse him as a seraphim because he is one of the highest of the archangels. But no, he is not a seraphim because he does not guard the galaxy. He guards the planets and the worlds.
Interesting. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's all the questions. Angie, do you have any questions in your room?
Yes.
Okay.
Kadambari says, why do flat earthers think the earth is flat? Is it?
It is not flat, but there is mathematics that will prove that the Earth can be looked at in a linear way, which means that they will see the Earth as flat because the math tells them that it is, and they say math never lies. However, if you go back and look at your world, you do not fall off the edge of it. You do not fall into an abyss when you go around it in any way, shape, or form. Everything in the universe is pretty much created round, but yes, their time is linear. And so time, except for chaotic time, of course, but time is linear and time is flat. And I think the mathematics point that out more than the flat earth. It points out flat time.
Thank you for that. Stephen Helms asks, can I know more about my seraphim aspect and any help they are doing in this galaxy? Thank you.
Your seraphim aspect is Roku. And he is doing much work in the galaxy, helping many people as well. There are those that are troubled with demonic engagements, attachments. I, Roku, and many others work with those attachments and try to take them away from the people that are suffering from them. In your case, however, he is trying to fix your body. He is trying to mold you into the perfect human that you should be. I know that there are as many troubles at times, but your energies and understandings are higher than many. And so he is working with you to become greater.
Thank you. Lizzie Sunshine asks, what angels have been visiting me in my room? Thank you.
Two. There are two different ones. I see Ezekiel and Raphael. Also, I see Michael there occasionally. All right?
Perfect. Is that it? Are you complete, Ange, or not? Angie? Oh, you have several more. Okay. Just do one more and then we'll come back
One
to
more.
you.
Perfect. Okay, we'll do another angel one. Rosangela Knapp asks, when I visit the universe or the angels take me there and I see all the lights and beauty, do I bring some of the universal energy back? And how can I work with the energy?
Yes, you do. You can't not help it to bring some of that energy back. If you are able to become part of it and see within it, then yes, you are bringing some of that back. And how to work with it is to realize that it is a different kind of energy than human energy, than the density, third density energy, and that it has to be worked with in a different way. So you have to put yourself into a place of meditation to actually work with this energy. But it is able to be worked with from a prayer point of view and from a meditation point of view.
Thank you. I really only have two other questions if you are with that.
Sure, go ahead.
Bascom says, since God did not create the flood, and that was Enlil, did God tell Noah to build the ark?
Actually, the person that told Noah to build the ark was named, I know his name, but I cannot think of it at the moment, but he was also Anunnaki. And he saw what Enlil was doing, and he said to the people, the king, or the person in charge there, the person that was of greatest and higher spiritual value, that this was going to happen. And then he knew that Enlil was going to do this. But they saw this as gods. They saw these people as gods. You have to understand that, yes, they saw these people as gods. And so as that is being seen, that's how it was written.
Was it Enki?
Yes, it was.
Mali Ansello says, speaking of religion, you referred to God as he, but I do not think that God or source had a gender. I thought that gendering God was a human man creation. Can
It
you explain?
is. It is a man created thing, but it is something generalized by your people, and so it is used. But you're right, he has no particular, he does not have a sexual orientation. He is female, male, otherwise he could not have created man and female, man and woman. He would have been only creating men if he was only male, or female, maybe if he was only male. But he is able to create all things and many different species, and some species have both male and female within them. And some of the humans also have that from their seeding with other alien species. It shows up in the human body occasionally.
Thank you. That's all the questions here.
Okay, perfect. So that was all the questions we have for you, but it's been beautiful speaking with you. And I'd
Thank
like you
you.
to ask you to allow someone else to come.
I
think
will.
you come back.
Many blessings.
Thank you.
I am Athena. Someone has called.
Yes, I believe that was Susan. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, Susan, go ahead.
Thank you, Athena, for coming. So I know you have connections with me and others in the group or in our channeling group, and that back in October, end of October, I was at a retreat, and I got a telepathic message from you saying that I was you, and which was kind of a surprise to me because I think Wendy has part of her higher aspects is you're connected with her as well. And so I'm just wondering if you can, I guess, share a little bit more about what our connection is and if I truly did have a lifetime as you or an aspect of you.
I have many aspects on this life. Many of you will understand that my aspect goes into you to empower you, to make you greater, to lift you up. It is not that you were me, but you have an aspect of me, and that I am with you now and will help you to grow. It is now that I see what condition this realm is in and what I can do to help it. Do not be overwhelmed by the fact that I am in many and have worked with many on this realm in many ages and times and frequencies. But I am someone who needs to empower. I am a goddess of war. That is how I was seen. But I really was not a goddess. That was just a name given to me by your people. I am actually from a different place and a different world, Arcadia. And so, as I am part of your world in your history, I live in your minds and hearts and literature and spirits. And so, I am engaging with you more now in this century than I have in others, because I need to bring forth some warlike people, not in the sense that they are going to fight and battle, not in the true sense of the word, but they are going to fight and battle against negativity and the realm of evil. This is where you are now.
Wonderful. It's interesting you mentioned that you're from Arcadia. My creator being self, I channel the name of my creator being self is Celestine Arcadia. So am I from Arcadia as well?
You have been there. The name Arcadia is very ancient. The name of our planet you could not pronounce. In human terms, it is Arcadia. But yes, you were there many times.
Okay, beautiful. I'll have to connect more to that connection. So thank you very much for coming.
Is there a question in the room?
I do not know, but I need someone to turn the heat up.
Okay, perfect. Mary has a question. Go ahead, Mary.
Greetings. I wanted to ask a question about Athena. I have talked with several people in the past and discussed. I'm hearing, and I also feel that I have a very deep connection with Athena, that I am somehow, I don't know how to word it, I would say kind of like integrated with her. I am told that I was
Integrated.
told
Yes.
integrated, yes, that the gold that she has, that I too have that gold. And I'm just curious to hear what you have to say about my part with Athena, a sense of
Yes.
love and connection I feel, but would you please?
Yes. Athena, I am part of you because you had many fights in the third density. You've had to be strong and fight many wars within yourself and within the density that you live in. This is a world that you needed me and my strength to get through. And now that you are in this place, yes, we have integrated to some degree because I helped you fight for the things that you have now. I helped you fight for the things that are necessary to be. You are part of the world that is growing forward and is becoming greater, and you are becoming stronger in many ways.
Oh, blessings. Thank you so much.
Is there
Michael has
other?
a question. Well, Michael has a question. Oh, and
Yes.
we'll come back to you, Wendy. Sorry.
Greetings. My father has been lingering on and on and on, and we've had a lot of people tell us that he's pretty much possessed. You know, like someone else is in his vessel, and he's holding on because he's so scared. Uh, and it's become too hard on my mom to lift his. You know, when I'm at work, it's too hard for my mom to do because he's got dementia. He's got a lot of problems. Is there anything you can tell us positive or anything,
Well,
please?
I know of where you speak and what you speak. He is holding on due to fear. That is correct. He is afraid to die. He is afraid to face the sins of his life. He is afraid that he will not be looked at in a positive way. There are things about him that are good, but they are very hidden at times. But he has acted his life out in a very negative way. And he already knows that. And so his fear of dying is great. And that keeps him in the place that he is. And his dementia sees the places of negativity that he fears that he will go. This keeps him alive as well, because he believes they are true. Now, I can tell you this, his dementia is not true. He will pass forth, and I see that as he cannot hold on much longer, really. there is not a way for him to do so. He's held on so long already that he's very weak. But I see that, and when he passes, he will go to a place that will, I will not call it purgatory because I do not like that term. But it is a place that will teach, will train, will be a place that he will stay a long time because there is a lot of flaws there. And he has brought them forth in this lifetime. And they will have to work with him a great deal. But then, eventually, he will pass forth into a higher place.
Thank you. And one last question. Will me and my mother be able to financially stay together and live in this home?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Blessings. Your father knows the needs of the family, and the needs he knows that he has been taken care of for many years, and that your mother has been very faithful, and so he has put things aside for her.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Blessings. Let's have someone else ask a question so I'm not hogging it up. Blessings.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Wendy.
Oh, thank you. Welcome, Athena. So yes, I was told that I was Athena in a past life, that was who I was. And but maybe there's a misunderstanding there and I'm only an aspect as well. But can you give me clarification? I know that when I channeled you that I came through with powerful step up for the divine feminine and also taught about the warrior yell in order to move negative energy and clear one's physical being from low frequency. Can you give me information regarding that?
Yes. You were a part of me at the time that I was Athena. That aspect of you is true. And same with some of the others. You were with me then and can relate to my third dimensional being, although I really wasn't third dimensional in any way. But I brought you in. Many spirits from this world I brought in. And now that I am here, I tell you that I was much stronger for doing so. You see, we were looked at as gods as we came to your world, and so we drew in as many spiritual energies as we could to make ourselves larger and more powerful. And we did so, and it worked for us in many ways. It's not that it was the right thing to do at that time, but we did do it, and it was part of our energies and part of our power. So yes, Susan and you and others in this group have experienced my life in some small way, my attitude, my fierceness, my determination. Yes.
Do you have any guidance that you can share with me for our upcoming work with going to conferences and presenting this divine feminine in its strength and courage and ability to step forward and as leaders?
Focus. There are many things that can distract you from finding the true message within the divine feminine. You must know that focus is necessary and will pinpoint all the necessary thought processes you need to present what is needed to be presented. There are many different ways to present, and there are many different kinds of people out there to present to. Remember, that they all do not see things the same way as you do, and that you must be sort of general in some of your presentation, but very specific in the things that are true, very true, and very pinpointable. That is what I will say to both of you and many more, to Joan and others, that you are going to be focused on this idea, this understanding, this spiritual thought process, because it is a divine feminine, divine masculine understanding.
Thank you. We appreciate that guidance. Blessings. Much love.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being with me in those difficult times.
There is a question in the room.
Sure, go ahead.
So the question, sort of a two-part, really quick.
We
is,
can't hear it.
Get closer.
What is the difference between emotions and feelings, if there is a difference?
There are many different kinds of emotions. Some of them you don't feel. Some of them are hidden emotions. But emotions are that of sorrow, happiness, joy, things of this nature. Feelings can be very focused. Emotions do not have to be focused. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Emotions can just come about at any old time, any old way, and they can come into you, and you can feel them, and they can move on. Feelings are something that you think about. Feelings are something that you are focused on. Does that make sense?
It does.
And so as you are having feelings for something or someone or somewhere, you are focused on that. Whereas emotions can be as obscure as just a slight palpation in your system. Some emotions you can't even feel sometimes, but you're experiencing them. There are days when you say, I don't know what's wrong. Is that a feeling or an emotion? I would say that it is an emotion that's coming through in a very, very weak way. But you are focused on it, so it becomes a feeling.
Yes.
All right?
Okay, perfect. Michelle has is it Michael? No. Michael, did you have another question? Or did I get you?
No, I want everybody to get a chance. Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, great. All right, thank you. Christine has a question. Go ahead, Christine. And then we'll come back to Lily Pad. If I already got her, I'm not sure. Okay.
Greetings, Athena.
Greetings.
It's very funny. I have a statue of you in my room, which
I know you.
I was going to ask, because you're so much into the myth with me that that I didn't see you as a real. And now listening to all these other people who have a connection with you, I was wondering if I can ask then for you for direction in some of the things that I'm having problems working my way through, which I don't seem to be able to do.
You have something in common with me, and that is the love of the earth and the beauty of it, and all the things within it. Not necessarily humans, because I was not really very fond of humans either. But I was all very fond of the earth and its beauty. And yes, you can call on me to help you if you wish.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Blessings all.
Yes.
Lilypad, did you have another question?
Yes, I'd just like to, hi Athena, thank you, Krishna Priya. I'd like to know about the Delphi and the Greece, they're still there, the civilization, Delphi. I think they call it Delphi or Delphi.
It is a civilization, yes. It's ancient. There's a city in India called Delphi, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But there was a Greek place also called Delphi, but it does no longer exist. But there
Oh,
are energies there that are very powerful.
okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that was all the questions we had for you, I believe. Oh, no, sorry, Joan has a question. Go ahead, Joan.
Thank you. Greetings, Athena.
Greetings.
I have a question. Do I have a connection with you?
Of course you do.
Okay. Well, I just have a question on my Kundalini energy that it's has so much energy in my body. And what is this connection? I mean, what's this energy that is it's like sometimes it's an like an entity, like separate entity that's talking to me in a different parts of my body. But and
Yes.
also I use this energy, but how am I going to anchor it or into the grid, or am I doing that?
You're doing that to a certain extent. You're bringing in energies of the atmosphere that are in the atmosphere and those that are not. They're from other realms. Your love energy is strong, and so that it brings in other energies from the universe that are very positive and powerful. You can use these energies in any way that you wish, but you can feel them in all parts of your body. They are healthy.
Yes. Yes, it tickles me.
They are healthy energies and they are working with you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bola has a question. Go ahead, Bola.
Greetings.
Greetings, Athena. Thank you, Krishna Priya. Thank you for the work you've been supporting me with. I know it's something to do with merging and integrating the divine masculine and divine feminine. Could you advise for myself and for anybody here who may be resonating how to further integrate? Because there's quite an intense wave at the moment driving into the divine masculine, then not even the positive aspects of it. And it would be really helpful to get some advice to upscale that degree of integration of the masculine, the divine masculine, and the divine feminine. Thank you.
They are equalizing at this time. The divine masculine and the divine feminine, they are always equal, but they are not equal on your planet. Your planet needs to be equalized in the feminine and masculine because the feminine seems to still be less than the masculine, but they are equalizing at a fast rate. You are rising up at a fast rate, and this is part of the divine feminine that is becoming part of this world as well. See yourself as part of the growing feminine aspects. There are many divine masculine and feminine beings on your world, and they will be a part of your future because you are rising quickly and you are equalizing both masculine and feminine within you. You are seeing that there is a reason for the equalization of both and the decline of masculine um leadership. I don't think the leadership may not be the right word, but I want to say that female leadership is growing and masculine leadership is declining in some ways. You may not be able to see it at such, but the energies are there to do so.
What advice would you give to those of us working to integrate a practice maybe or a mantra that could really support the ongoing work that we're all doing?
Let the God in me be strong and the human part dwell elsewhere. Because as you rise up, you will become arrogant if you do not let the human portion of you die.
Thank you. Thank you, Athena.
Because I wish for you to be a leader among leaders. You will have to let any pride or anything that would capture you, let it go so that you can speak your truth and speak the truth of God throughout all that you do. You are a powerful individual, and you are growing at a very quick pace.
Thank you. Thank you, Athena.
Okay, thank you. Michelle has a question. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hi, Athena. I have a question on behalf of a friend of mine, Temple. She said she went to Greece recently, and you and she did some work together. She said it was some divine feminine stuff in her temple at the Parthenon, and she remembers seeing herself with many divine feminines standing around. Could you elaborate on that and talk about the work that both of you did, please?
Yes, she is a property of the divine feminine. There is part of her that is devoted to it, and part of her that sees clearly the divine feminine within the world and within herself. She is one of those that are focused on it, and she has been meeting with those that are divine and feminine. She must understand, however, she must balance herself, being more than she is more feminine or more divine feminine than she is divine masculine in a sense. Although she feels the masculinity within her, she must balance these all out. And this is part of the work that they are doing with her, because she does have special properties within her that are different than others, and they can be used in very unique ways. The work that she did there was to heal her in some ways of negative thought processes and bring her into full understanding of all her relationships in other dimensions and densities. There are times when they have overlooked her because she has too much self-involvement within the understandings that she is doing. She must take herself out of this work in a sense that she must let it happen, must allow it to work within her instead of trying to push it into the ways that she wants it to work. It will work in her well if she does not push for her own will to be done. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, that's great. Thank you so much. And she's very grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, hi to Temple. That's a name we haven't heard in a long, long time. Okay.
She is unique and she is powerful, but she must realize that she cannot force her own will.
Perfect. Excuse me. Angie, do you have any questions in your room? If not, I'm going to.
Yes. I have about 4 or 5.
Are they relevant for Athena?
Yes.
Okay.
Bascom says, is Athena the main deity of the entities of the world worship? For example, the owl. If not, is it Satan?
No, I am not the main deity, nor is Satan. Zeus was the main deity during my time. He was the father of all of the gods in my time. The owl is a symbol of wisdom, but it can be used as other symbols as well. But Satan is well positioned in this world, and he does not like it that there is opposition, but he will fight. But goodness and the power of this world is the deities, all the deities that are chosen. Jesus, Buddha, many. I see the Hindu gods. I see the Muslim gods. Yes, God, I should say. They are monotheistic. But I see them all. They are all working in this world, although they have been diminished by mankind in the sense that too much propaganda and too many laws and restrictions have been given. The people cannot be free to worship. They must worship within confinement of what mankind says. Break free of this confinement, and you will find spiritual freedom. Because mankind does not want you to know the power of God. He wants you only to bow to him. He wants you to be a servant to man. He wants you to be a servant to his will. Do not be a servant to mankind unless it is to serve in a very positive and beautiful way, but not to serve in a servile way to a man or woman who is just trying to gain power.
All said. If you maybe possibly could answer this question, Mirzanov says, I dreamed that I was reading a book, and inside the book had an image with a Pleiadian woman. Behind her, there was the Al-Aqsa Mosque, with the Golden Dome, suggested that the Pleiadians will rule Jerusalem in the future. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that aliens will be here in the future and that they will explain and let people know exactly what these religions mean and bring understanding to the people greater than they have had in the past. Many are very dogmatic and stubborn about listening to other religious thoughts, but pure spirituality, pureness in your thoughts and love and peace will be taught. And many of these things will be shown through Jerusalem, for it is the center of many religions.
Thank you. And then just last one is Stephen Hums. Athena, I have a strong connection with Poseidon. Can I know the relationship with Poseidon?
Yes, Poseidon is of the water, and he was king of actually the first or one of the first kings of Atlantis. He was not on land all the time, but he did rule Atlantis, portions of it, and was a great leader. You are connected to him because of your leadership abilities and because he has a love of music and a love of children and a love of many things that you also love. So he is part of you in that way. He loves his people as well. Although he was a strict ruler, he was very powerful, but he ruled for righteousness in many cases.
Thank you. Temple just had a follow-up question. She says, when we were in your temple, I felt like we were working more on a world scale versus a personal scale. Did I get that wrong?
No, you were working on a world scale as well, but we were also working within you. The world scale is a view that few can see. And so I wanted to relate everything to the whole group. And so I just spoke about the personal part of it. But yes, the world scale is something that you are working on it. That is not untrue.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. I did get Michelle. I do, Angie, are you finished with questions or not?
There is one from Rosangela for Athena that says, do I have an aspect of you? I was told that I work with you on Ashtar Command and that I am also a pilot and have a mission to complete in the near future. Much love and
Correct.
appreciate your
All this is correct. Ash, there is a segment of me or a portion of me there because they need direction and guidance in, and you know that I am a goddess of war, so they must understand that I am only there to give a little guidance. I'm not there to take over, but I am there to instruct, and instruct I will. And yes,
Okay.
I have some aspect with you as well. I have aspects with many women because they find me interesting and powerful, and they want to learn more about me. I am more in some than others, but yes, there is some of me in you.
Okay, perfect. Were you complete, Ange, or not?
There was just one more from Molly that I missed. She says, I feel that I am part of beginning about bringing about the increase in feminine energy on this planet to help equalize it. Can you tell me more about my role?
Your role is as a leader, but you must understand you must submit to the will of God as well, and he will rise you up. As you understand what he needs you to do, it will be so. Opportunities will open because this is how God works. He does not just give you what you need, he presents it to you and you can accept it or not. Opportunities will come. Look at them and ask God if this is something that he is willing you to do. These will move you in a direction of prosperity and leadership.
Thank you. I did miss Matt Wally's question, which was, Athena, are you the goddess of valor and wisdom?
Valor? Yes. I am I'm a goddess of valor, yes. Of wisdom, I would say that I am very wise, but I never considered myself as such.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. I do believe we have reached the last of the questions for you, Athena.
Very well. I will bring someone else through. Much love to all.
Much love and thank you for being here.
It is my pleasure. Greetings. I am Uriel.
Welcome, Uriel.
Someone has called me, perhaps
Yes.
my dearest.
Yes, that is Michelle. Go ahead,
It is
Michelle.
meant for me to come through today before she speaks. I must tell you that the work on your world is dire. Please stay in constant prayer. Stay in constant understanding that prayer is needed at all times for all places. It is a very deceptive world. There's information there that may seem very true, but is not. May seem very correct, but is not. May seem very scientific, but they made it up so that other people would believe, to come toward them, to be part of their conspiracy. Remember to hold fast to what God is doing. He is part of all things. And as part of all things, he will be part of your future. I do not know how to say it more precisely, but there are many things that will draw you away, and do not allow it. What is the questions?
Thank you. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hi, Uriel. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, my dear.
My question is, in order for you, for example, to be seen in this realm holographically, do you need to get special permission?
Yes.
Or is there a way to do that?
Special permission must be received and must be gotten, because in this realm it is not permitted for anyone to appear to anyone else. I know that it does happen, but it is not legal. It can happen illegally, and if they are caught, they will be punished by the galactic government. However, there are permissions that need to be given for us to be seen in any way. The angels have more permission than others, because sometimes we need to go through for a message, and it is important messages, and so that will be allowed.
Well, for example, in our group, can I request that you come through and be seen in our group meeting?
You can request that. I will have to get permission for that,
Okay,
because more than one will be seeing me.
I see. Okay. So it's a potential then.
It is a potential.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Really, that was it for me. Thank you.
Very well.
Okay. Michelle, let me see. Oh, we have Michelle there, and then we have Michelle came up twice. All right, Bola has a question. Go ahead, Bola.
Thank you, Krishna Priya. Uriel, I thank you for coming. I know that you hold the universal gateway position of the Metatron cube.
Yes.
And you work very closely with those who teach others.
Yes.
Could you share a mantra that would help all teachers in all realms of life to really gain the knowledge that they need to teach what is in their heart?
Yes. I praise you, Heavenly Father, for you are King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Bring to me the understandings and knowledge that are necessary for me to rise up into this world and teach what is necessary to be taught. I can do a much longer one, but I think that will suffice for now.
Thank you. Thank you, Uriel.
The reason for the praise is that there is power in it. Many do not believe in power and praise, but it is a different kind of energy when you praise God. He responds in a different way, with different kinds of energies toward each individual. And so praise and power will open up a great deal of things that are closed.
Thank you. Thank you, Uriel.
Okay, thank you. Lilypad has a question. Go ahead, Lilypad.
Thank you. Hello, Uriel. I just have a personal question very quick. And it got my attention that would you be able to scan me and see why I'm feeling dizzy?
Dizzy?
Dizzy or losing my balance by the I don't know if losing my balance, but maybe dizzy when for the past 2 weeks. So that got my attention, and I was wondering if it's something that I need to see the doctor, or it's just something energetic, or
I will check with you after this program.
Thank you.
Anything else?
That's all for me.
Very well.
Okay. Angie has a question. Go ahead, Angie.
Greetings, Uriel. Thank you always, not only you, but all of the angels that are really working and helping protect the planet. Can you just give us a generalization of where we are in regards to like our wars, the energies of the planet, the people?
Well, let me give you this, and I will explain it further. First of all, things are not getting better on your world at this moment. However, that being said, I can assure you that things will get better. Your world is in a dire place. Your world is fighting in many different areas of the world. There are fighting in South America. There's fighting in the Ukraine and Russia. There's fighting in the Middle East. There's fighting in the United States in many ways, and in Canada, and in Australia. There is disagreements and separations and things that are happening that are tearing countries apart. These kinds of things must be overcome. But there is much evil rising, but it will be overcome in the future. But it must rise in the sense that people must know that it does exist, that it is real, that it must be overcome. You say there's no hell. Well, there's no hell for most people, but there is hell for those that are wanting it. If you want hell, you will have it. It is a place that you create.
Okay, thank you so much. Wendy had a question, I believe.
Yes, thank you. Hello, Uriel.
Greetings.
Thank you so much for assisting me. You had said something and it struck me, and I'm wondering if maybe this has been you guiding me since you're my guardian. And I've noticed that in my regular routine, I've been adding gratitude, not just in like a cacao ceremony, which I know many do, but also throughout the day. I just find myself like for every little thing almost being like, oh, thank you, counter, for being here so I can prepare my food. So is this your energy, or am I just tied into that, or maybe others are doing this too?
Thankfulness is important and powerful, because when you thank the gods, thank God, the direct God, for anything, more power comes to you. Why does this happen? Is because you're appreciative of what you are receiving. When you are appreciative of what you're receiving, you will receive more.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you for always being around me, and hi to Raziel.
And I was thinking of Razio when you spoke. He is willing to come one day soon.
Wonderful. Thank you for letting me know. Blessings. And our prayers always are with you all,
Yes,
the
thank you.
angelic realm.
There are many of you that know me, and I work with many of you. And Raziel also works with many of you. And I see many different angels working with the groups here and within this room. So I am grateful that you are all praying and that you are all being spiritually activated.
Thank you. There's a question from Joan that I have to read. She says, does enlightenment or wait, okay, sorry. Is enlightenment realization, or does realization come first and then you become enlightened?
Realization is growth. Well, enlightenment is something you have to work for. You have to understand what enlightenment is. It is the understanding that you are moving from one place to another in a spiritual thought process. You're giving up a physical thought process and working towards a spiritual thought process. When you become enlightened, your joy will overflow. When you become enlightened, you will know yourself for who you really are. You will be confident, but not arrogant. You will be full of joy and love and full of understanding and service. And people will feel you before you even enter the room. Your energies will be much stronger. Your aura will expand. You will be like a guru, like Buddha, like those that have great understanding and power. The energies will flow off of you in a joyous and positive way. You will have a good sense of humor. There is no reaching that realm without joy and laughter. Because to be enlightened is to know yourself and what the true picture is and how to overcome negativity.
All right, thank you so much. I'm just checking to see if there's any other questions. Angie, do you have any questions on your side?
I'm sure there are,
We have time for about one more question. Also, if there's a question in the room with Jim.
all right.
Is there a question here?
I do have a question.
Okay, so let's take that one, yes.
Come forth.
We'll take the question in the room, Ange. This is the last question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come very close.
My question is, I would like to understand the distinction between to love and to like. We are told that we should love all. Is it possible to love someone whose actions you very much dislike?
It is possible. And that is what we call unconditional love. Unconditional love is when you can actually care about someone no matter who they are, what they've done, what they're going to do, how hateful they are, or whatever, because they were created by God, and you must serve all mankind. Now, you may not love them. You may not even want to be in the same room with them, but sometimes it's necessary. But you can know God is with you when you can be around this person and you can feel sorry for them or love them in a way that you did not before. You can love the unlovable because that's what Christ did. That's what Buddha did. That's what all of the deities did. They had to, because this was what they were sent for, to find a way into the hearts of those that are needing that help. Now, many people are cut off from these people because they don't want to hear what you have to say. They don't want to listen to you. They don't want to be kind. In that case, you can leave them alone, but still pray for them because they need that prayer. They need the understanding that you have not given up on them. They need to know that you are still praying for them. And you must tell them, you know, I'm still praying for you. I don't like what you do. You don't have to tell them that. All you have to do is tell them that you're just praying for them. And they will say, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't believe in God, whatever. But this energy of prayer can move mountains. And you must never give up on anyone.
Thank you for that answer.
You're welcome. Unconditional love is not easy. It is the hardest thing to have in the world. When you think you have it, then someone will come and make you angry. And then you go, I don't have it. The moment you think you have it, something will happen to show you that you don't.
Hit them first and then get it back.
I don't think he said, can you hit them first and then get to unconditional love back? No, that's not the way it works. But it is so difficult to love the unlovable. It is so difficult to love those that have been unkind, mean, hateful. It is so difficult to bring yourself to be that way, because unconditional love will change the world. People cannot even imagine how to do it. But if you are with God, pray to God, give yourself to God. You must give yourself to Him so that He can work a miracle in you. And that miracle will cause and create a bond between you and everyone in the universe. Beautiful. I could go on, but I see we're out of time.
Yes, we are, but what a beautiful what a beautiful speech you just gave, and what a beautiful share of information, much needed to be heard. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yes. And we would like to thank you for coming, and please come again as soon as possible.
Thank you. Much love.
Much love.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. Hi, welcome back. What a beautiful, we should have had Uriel give the closing blessing. I know that I think about it. But why don't we ask you to do the closing blessing after Angie does the announcement, if we can. Okay,
Thank you.
Angie.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, we have our gathering scheduled for August 8th through August 12th, 2024 in Canandaigua at Oneida Park. And it is $6.95 a person, and it is all inclusive. And Jim has a great announcement to share about that.
Yes. Well, first of all inclusive means the bedding, the
Food.
the food, the beautiful acreage and swimming and all kinds of things. But also Rob Gothier is going to be there. He is a
Yay.
Very
great
exciting.
channel, and he has agreed to come. And I have loved him for a long time, and we have communicated for a long time, and he's been on the webinar many times, and now he is going to be at the gathering, the oneness gathering, and I would love to see everyone come and meet him, and I would like to meet all of you as well. It is going to be, I'm thrilled about it. I'm very, very happy.
Wonderful.
And I feel it's going to be a great thing. So as many of you that can come, please come.
Thank you. If you are interested in that, it's $6.95 a person, and you can email classes@hucolo.org, and I will get all the information out to you on how to register for that. We also have next Sunday, Galactic Energy Healing student course. It is noon to 5 Eastern Standard Time. The price is $150. If you are interested in that, again, classes@hucolo.org.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Jim, can we have you do a blessing on the way out?
Yes, I'll do a blessing.
Okay, great.
It's going to be in English, though.
That's awesome.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you and praise you for who you are and what you do. We give ourselves to you so that you can work in us and create in us a thing that can be useful to the world, can reach out and unify this very separated and very troubled world. We ask that you bring peace to the Ukraine and Russia and the Middle East and South America. Bring peace to the United States and Canada and all the places where there is unrest in China. We pray for all these places and all these peoples, for it is time for a unification to come. It is time for love to conquer all. It is time for a changing of the guard, so to speak, so that the negativity can subside and we can see more beauty come into this realm, more positivity, more understanding and wisdom. Many of you are going to be the ones that bring wisdom and understanding and truth to the world. So rise up, be a part of what God wants you to be. Give yourself to him so that he may use you in the most worthwhile way, in the most positive way, in the most powerful way. You are all part of his kingdom. You are all part of his message. You are all part of his word. Live as thus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Just for everyone's information, next week we will have Linus back from Rohan, channeling Rohan Collective. So we're excited about that. And then in another 2 weeks, we've got our friend Jim. So
Yes, I'll be
looking
back in 2 weeks.
Yay. Perfect. All right, everyone, have a fantastic week. Have a sleep well. I'm going to go to sleep now. Sleep well. Everyone recover.
I want to
recover.
thank you, Krishna Priya, for all your work, and Angie, thank you very much, and everyone in the room, thank you. I happy for you to be here.
Yes, thank you. We had a lot of people in the room today, so that was fantastic.
I love you
And
all.
thank you to everyone in YouTube. And if you would like to become a member of Human Colony, you can go to hucolo.org and you can be in the room with all of us. It's fun. So
Yes.
make sure you join. That would be fantastic. All right, everyone, see you next week. And Jim, have a great lunch if you're going to lunch.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone in Jim's room as well. Thank you. Have a great week.